When most people talk about stopping power, they picture tactical rifles. They are wrong. There's a class of revolvers so brutal they make those rifles feel like toys. These are not your grandfather's six-shooters. They are precision-built beasts chambered in cartridges meant to drop charging elephants. Tonight, we unleash 8 handguns that outmuscle rifles twice their price. From German engineering to American iron spitting actual rifle rounds, this is raw, close-quarters dominance. We begin at number 8 with the Colt Anaconda, which proves that legendary American engineering never really dies. It just comes back reborn with modern precision. At nearly $1,700, you are not just buying a revolver. You're getting a piece of American firearms heritage that blends the soul of the original snake gun with top-tier manufacturing. Built on Colt's beefy I-frame, the Anaconda sports precision machined stainless steel that laughs off corrosion and hard use. Chambered in .44 Magnum, it pushes a 240-grain bullet at over 1,100 feet per second, delivering enough muzzle energy to punch clean through automotive glass like it is nothing. The 6-inch barrel hits that sweet spot between velocity and maneuverability, giving you control no rifle can match in tight spaces, while the full-length underbarrel lug keeps this revolver cycling flawlessly for thousands of rounds. Cops all over the country know the psychological punch of a big-frame revolver because guys who smirk at a patrol rifle suddenly rethink their life choices when they're staring down the muzzle of an Anaconda. Moving to number 7, we have the Korth NXS from the Precision Workshops of Germany, which redefines what mechanical perfection looks like in a handgun. Priced over $5,000, this is German engineering fused with American firepower, and the result is nothing short of extraordinary. Chambered in .44 Magnum, the NXS packs a DLC-coated frame tougher than most rifle barrels, paired with a cold hammer-forged precision barrel that delivers sub-2-inch groups at 50 yards right out of the box. That 8-round cylinder gives you 33% more firepower than your standard 6-shot wheel gun, and the 4-inch barrel hits the perfect balance between velocity and handling. What really sets the NXS apart from rifles is not just raw power, it is the intimidation factor of German precision, because when somebody realizes they're staring down a revolver that costs more than their car and shoots like a sniper rifle, that is psychological warfare before the first shot is fired. Next, at number 6, is the Taurus Raging Hunter 460, where Brazilian engineering meets American cartridge supremacy. This revolver dishes out rifle-level ballistics for less than what a lot of guys spend on a single tactical optic, making it a full-on hunting system disguised as a handgun. The 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum cartridge pushes a 200-grain bullet at over 2,300 feet per second, hitting with more punch than a .30-30 Winchester rifle. The massive frame is cut from solid steel billets, with the cylinder almost 2 inches in diameter to handle the insane pressures, while the dual-stage muzzle brake cuts felt recoil by about 30%. The real intimidation factor comes from its versatility, because this same revolver can also chamber .454 Casull and .45 Colt, giving you 3 distinct power levels in one platform. Folks instinctively know that whatever's on the receiving end of this barrel is finished, regardless of the distance. At number 5, we have the return of the Colt Python, which represents everything Colt ever got right about revolvers, now refined with modern machining. This is not just nostalgia. This is the definitive .357 Magnum revolver, built to perform in ways that make rifles feel overcomplicated. The Python's legendary accuracy comes from that hand-fitted barrel-to-cylinder fit. And while the .357 Magnum might sound tame compared to the monsters on this list, the numbers tell a different story, with premium loads dumping massive energy with nasty terminal effects. The ventilated rib cuts barrel whip and gives you an extended sight radius, while the target hammer delivers a crisp trigger break. The psychological edge is instant because rifles look bulky and mechanical compared to the organic perfection of a python and trained hands. And this wheel gun has shut down more confrontations without firing a shot than most rifles ever will. Number 4 is the Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan, designed for when Alaskans fish and game officers need a sidearm that can stop a charging grizzly at arm's length. This is straight-up bear medicine in a compact package that delivers rifle-level punch out of a stubby 2.5-inch barrel. The .454 Casull round out of this short beast drives a heavy bullet with enough energy to punch through both sides of an engine block, creating a blinding fireball and concussion wave that is intimidating to anyone within 20 feet. While a rifle needs to be shouldered and aligned, the Alaskan can send 6 rounds of bone-crushing power as fast as you can work the trigger, making it superior for sudden close-range threats. The intimidation factor here is primal because it is obvious this thing was built to stop the most dangerous animals on Earth, and the muzzle blast alone is violent enough to disorient anyone nearby. Number 3 is the Freedom Arms Model 83 for when accuracy matters more than anything and your life depends on putting a bullet exactly where you aim. Built in Wyoming with tolerances measured in 10,000ths of an inch, this single-action revolver represents the pinnacle of American design. The .454 Casull cartridge generates incredible energy while holding sub-2-inch groups at 50 yards, proving that you do not need a rifle for precision. The stainless steel frame is precision machined from solid billets, and every revolver is test-fired for accuracy before it ever leaves the factory. Where the Freedom Arms truly earns its reputation is in reliability under brutal conditions, because while complicated rifle actions can jam or freeze, the Model 83's simple, rock-solid mechanism keeps running no matter the weather. It is the revolver for the shooter who gets one shot to save their life and refuses to trust that shot to anything less than perfection.
Number 2 is the Magnum Research BFR, which stands for Biggest, Finest Revolver and represents something unprecedented in handgun design. This is a revolver that fires a full-power rifle cartridge, specifically the .45-70 Government, making it arguably the most devastating handgun ever mass-produced. The cartridge pushes heavy bullets at velocities that generate nearly 1,600 foot-pounds of energy, with penetration capabilities that exceed most standard rifle rounds. The all-stainless steel construction shrugs off the enormous pressures, while the precision barrel delivers surprisingly tight accuracy. The BFR's intimidation factor is off the charts because anyone who knows firearms recognizes that distinctive long cylinder and immediately understands they are facing rifle ammunition from a handgun. This is rifle power with pistol maneuverability, giving you tactical advantages that no long gun can match.
Finally, at number 1 stands the Smith & Wesson Model 500, the summit of handgun power and the most powerful production revolver ever manufactured. You are not just buying a gun, you are acquiring the ultimate expression of ballistic supremacy that delivers more raw power than most hunting rifles while still fitting in a shoulder holster. The 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum cartridge is a ballistic monster, generating over 3,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, which is more power than a .30-06 Springfield rifle. The compensated barrel tames felt recoil, while creating a muzzle blast you can literally feel from 50 feet away. The true superiority of the Model 500 over rifles lies in its psychological warfare capabilities, because the knowledge that you are facing something capable of 3,000 foot-pounds of energy is mentally crushing. This is the revolver that proves raw, unfiltered power will always trump tactical complexity.
These powerhouses prove that the most fearsome weapon isn't always a rifle. Sometimes it is the one that fits in your hand but hits like a freight train. Which of these beasts would you trust? Drop your pick in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more ballistic supremacy.